Hello guys, welcome to 5 Minute Medico. We are here with a very important video, that is history taking in ENT. This video covers history taking for both ear and nose. This is your condition as you might be stressed about your ENT examination. But I promise you, after completing this whole examination video, let's start this video. Start with the vitals of the patient, that is name of the patient, a -year-old male or a female patient, dash by occupation, resident of, came to ENT OPD or casualty on date. Next heading will be the chief complaints. Write the chief complaints with duration since. Example, discharge from right ear since 3 months, reduced hearing ability since 1 month. Next heading will be the HOPI, that is history of present illness. Start with he or she was apparently alright dash months, days or years back. Notice the chief complaints. Write the chief complaints in chronological order. Mention onset, whether it is insidious, sudden, duration, progression, aggravating and relieving factors. Next heading is negative history. Write which all conditions were not seen. Next heading is past history. Write about the similar complaints, history of trauma, history of TB, hypertension, diabetes, asthma and allergy. Next heading personal history. Mention the diet, ball bladder, sleep and addiction of the patient. Next mention the family history, whether it is significant or not, followed by treatment history. Write any history of surgery. Then general examination. Always start with patient is conscious, cooperative and well oriented to time, place and person. Write the vitals, BP, pulse, respiratory rate, temperature. Don't forget to write the pickle, that is pallor, icterus, clubbing, cyanosis, lymphadenopathy and edema. Followed by systemic examination. Mention RS, CVS, CNS and per abdominal examination. Till here, the history taking will be similar for ear and nose. If your case is of a ear, then write the following way. Write for both the ears. Always write right ear first. The figure shows the normal parts of the pinna. Starting with pinna, shape, size, position. Normally it should be normal shape and size. Abnormally, anosia, that is absent pinna. Microtia, small size. Macrotia, large. There can also be perichondritis of pinna, mostly due to piercing, as seen in the image. Next, preauricular region. Mention scars, hematoma, sinus or tenderness. Normally, this all should be absent. Abnormally, there can be preauricular appendages, infected preauricular sinus. There can be tragus tenderness. There can be hematoma followed to trauma. Next is the postauricular region. Scar, edema, fistula, lymphadenopathy, tenderness, mostly mastoid. Normally, all this should be absent. Abnormally, there can be mastoid tenderness in conditions like mastoiditis, as shown in the image. Mention the external auditory canal. Check for discharge, furuncle, wax, foreign body, edema, fistula or bulge. Normally, all this should be absent. There can be abnormal conditions where discharge can be seen. Conditions like otitis externa, also called as swimmer's ear, caused by Pseudomonas. There is abrasion and ear is completely filled with discharge. Condition like otomycosis can be seen as wet newspaper appearance caused by Aspergillus niger, as seen in the image. There can also be keratosis obturans, which is abnormal epithelial migration. Next heading, mention the tympanic membrane. Normally, it is pearly white or pearly grey in appearance. Handle of malleus is visible. Cone of light is seen in anterior inferior quadrant. Abnormally, there can be perforations. Perforation is of different type. There can be a small central perforation, medium central perforation, a subtotal perforation in which annulus is preserved. There can be a total perforation where annulus is disturbed. There can be an attic perforation or a marginal perforation. Central perforation is seen in safe CSOM and marginal in unsafe. Mention the fistula test, which is an intermittent pressure on tragus induced nystagmus by pressure changes in EAC, which is transmitted to labyrinth. The results can be it is negative in normal condition, positive in erosion of horizontal semicircular canal or fenestration or rupture of round window, false negative in cholesteatoma and dead labyrinth, false positive in hypermobile stapes. Ear examination is incomplete without facial nerve examination. Following are the tests you will be doing with the muscles to be tested. Raise the eyebrows, frontalis, close eyes tightly, orbicularis oculi, blow the cheeks, that is orbicularis oris, whistle by buccinator, stretch the muscle platysma. Don't forget to mention the tuning fork test, which is to be carried by a 256, 512 or 1024 Hz tuning fork. There are three tests to be performed. Rinne's test. If air conduction is greater than bone conduction, it is a normal or sensory neural hearing loss. Bone conduction is greater than air conduction, it can be conductive hearing loss or severe sensorineural hearing loss. Weber's test, there is a mnemonic that is SOX. Sensorineural, opposite side lateralization of voice. Conductive hearing loss, same side. To be performed, that is absolute bone conduction test. A small point, that is examination of oral cavity, should also be mentioned in the examination. Tell about the lips, tongue, teeth, soft palate, hard palate, posterior pharyngeal wall and tonsils. Then comes the nose examination. Start with the external examination. Tell about the normal appendages, bridge, tip, nares, columella, ala and philtrum. Image shows all the anatomical parts of the nose. Normally all these are normal. In abnormal condition, deviation can be seen. As shown in the figure, it can be a C-type deviated nasal septum or a S-type. Write about the cold spatula test. Mist formed is equal on both sides in normal conditions. In abnormal condition, smaller on deviated side. Next, mention the nasal cavity, smaller on the deviated side and roomy on other side, which is equal in normal condition. Then nasal septum, write about the side on which deviation is seen, C or S type. Mention the turbinate. Normally they are not hypertrophied of opposite side in DNS. Mention about the mucosa, which is reddish on both sides. Abnormally there can be cyst, polyp, pus or mass present. Tell about the PNS, that is paranasal sinus. Do inspection, check for swelling and redness over areas. Palpation, check for tenderness. Similar examination of oral cavity. The investigation part for ear, write for X-ray of the temporal bone, culture, pure tone audiometry, microscopy, X-ray PNS and blood examination. For nose, X-ray PNS, blood examination, urine examination and nasal endoscopy. Conclude this with a final diagnosis, that my diagnosis is. If you want some extra point, mention the treatment plan also. Treatment is basically of two ways, medical and surgical. In conditions like CSOM, medical treatment would be oral toilet, antibiotics, antihistamine, nasal decongestant. Surgical management would be myringeoplasty, tympanoplasty. In DNS, there can be surgical management, that is rhinoplasty or rhinoplasty with septoplasty. The link of the PDF is given in the description box. If you love this video, please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel 5 Minute Medico.